Idaho Republican Representative Christy Perry believes that it's okay for children to die in the name of God. Now, Representative Perry, her district is actually made up of a religious cult, of a lot of followers of a religious cult called the Followers of Christ. Now, the Followers of Christ are a religious cult, as I mentioned, that also says that science or that medicine is not allowed. We're not allowed to partake in medicine. Now you can see how that would cause some problems. The problem being a lot of dead children. In fact, according to some coroners, a coroner, Vicki DeGale Morris, she stopped performing autopsies on children from this sect because there were so many of them. At least 12 documented cases of death by faith healing from preventable things such as food poisoning, pneumonia, and sepsis have happened to these members of the Followers of Christ. What these parents do is that when you get sick, they will pray instead of taking you to a doctor. Now that is problematic in a couple of reasons. Now, before I get to those reasons, Representative Perry, she says that faith healers, people who believe in faith healing, shouldn't have to take their children to the doctor. They shouldn't have to have them get medical care because that goes against their religious beliefs. Now, I have a counter to that. If you want to practice your own religious beliefs as an adult, that's fine. You don't feel like going to a doctor as an adult, you're fine. Okay, do what you want. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. But when it involves children who cannot make their own decisions, who rely on a parent or a guardian, somebody who is older, to help them make decisions or to make decisions for them as a guardian, a legal guardian, you cannot make that decision to not take them to a doctor for something that is incredibly easily treatable. That should be considered a form of neglect or possibly even murder. Or negligence. Something. And in a lot of states it is, but in Idaho allows you to have a religious exemption that allows religious groups to use prayer as a substitute treatment for illness. Now, Representative Perry says, look, I'm not trying to sound callous or anything, but people calling for reform want to act as if death is an anomaly, but it's not. It's a way of life. She also says, is it really because these children are dying more than other children, or is this really about an attack on a religion that you don't agree with? Well, first of all, it is about more children dying from preventable diseases. Not only things that are preventable, but are easily treatable, but are also very painful to go through. Dying from food poisoning or sepsis, those are not good ways to go. But they're saying, no, that's what's natural. No, what it's also saying is that either God doesn't want it to work, or he can't make it work, or your prayer's not good enough, or God wanted your kid to die. That's what they're saying. Essentially, God wanted your kid to die from food poisoning or from something incredibly simple. God wanted that to happen. And we're okay with that. We're saying that it's okay for God to kill our kids. Yeah, that is callous. I'm not trying to sound callous, but you are completely and utterly callous. And the irony is that she calls herself pro-life. I'm a pro-life mother and grandmother, and I value the honor of all human life, born and unborn. I'm an ardent supporter of defending each child's right to life. In reality, she doesn't seem pro-life to me. She's pro-birth. Anytime I see the words, I am pro-life, coming from a conservative, especially one who advocates for faith healing that doesn't work, hey, you know what? I wouldn't have a problem with faith healing if it actually worked. But it doesn't work, and it shows because kids keep fucking dying. But no, she says, I'm pro-life. No, you're pro-birth. And then once it's out, whatever. You're on your own. If you get a disease, we're just going to pray for you while you suffer and die. This is dangerous. This is not religious freedom. Okay? Like I said, if you are an adult and you're making your own decisions, you can decide whether or not to go to the doctor. That is on you. But when you have people in your care who cannot make their own decisions, you have an obligation to protect that life. You have an obligation to take them to the doctor, or else you are negligent. You are shirking your duty as a guardian and a protector of that child.